From the Depopulation Agenda to the Epstein client list, Elon Musk is constantly hinting at dark government secrets. I'm Melissa Melotti, your host, and here are your top 10 dark government secrets revealed by Elon Musk. In our number 10 spot, we have the demonic particle accelerator. It seems that Elon is trying to cast CERN's Large Hadron Collider, aka the particle accelerator, in a bad light. Via Twitter, through a meme, Elon called it demonic. What the heck about it could be demonic? This is honestly fascinating, as us, regular folk would just assume that it's just a scientific tool. The tweet read, "Please let me use the CERN Large Hadron Collider. I am normal and I can be trusted with a demonic technology unlike anything the world has ever seen." Does this machine have some kind of darker purpose that perhaps the rest of the world may not be privy to? Do tell, Elon. Do tell. In our number 9 spot, we have the government tax agenda. In a tweet that Elon made on August 11th, 2022, he pointed out perhaps yet another government secret. The US government has been talking about decreasing taxes and making that a focus for Americans. And yes, most recently, on the taxpayer's dollar, the government hired 87,000 new IRS agents, aka the Internal Revenue Service Agency. Is this a dark secret that Elon just brought light to? Is the government saying one thing and doing the other? Possibly. Along with the tweet, Elon said, "Fate," heart emoji, irony. In our number 8 spot, we have the Depopulation Agenda. In an interview with the Nelk Boys on the Full Send podcast, Elon spoke about how our population is declining even though we're being told otherwise. He said that we've been pushing the movement of the side hustle boss onto all females and males, and so they want to wait to have children. And then some just don't want to have kids at all, and as a result, the population is decreasing. He went on to explain that the way that you can measure if the population is decreasing or not is the ratio of adult depends to diapers. If there's more depends than diapers, then it's because people aren't having a lot of babies. I thought this to be very, very interesting as I sat for a moment and thought about all the people that I know that don't want kids, and also all the people that I know that are in their 30s and don't feel anywhere ready. Perhaps we will see the results of this in years to come. In our number 7 spot, we have the government on Twitter. In a series of many tweets, Elon has been peeling back the layers of Twitter and seemingly trying to expose it as a government orchestrated ruse. From the moment Elon announced that he was going to buy Twitter, people suspected that, he had an agenda, whether it was to implement better free speech policies within the company, or whether to expose that the company is actually being used by people and not just bots that have been programmed to push an agenda. In a most recent tweet, Elon posted an article about a former federal law enforcement and intelligence operations, Dan Woods, who claims that 80% of Twitter users are probably bots. Knowing this information, of course, makes it more likely that the government is using it for their agenda. Honestly though, this one doesn't surprise me if true. How many people do you know that still uses Twitter and actually tweets? I know 0. That to me says a lot. Would love to know your thoughts though in the comment section below. In our number 6 spot, we have Who Are You Trolling? In a tweet from August 1st, Elon shared a meme that stated, "A smart man bases his political beliefs on his thoughts. A wise one changes them depending upon who they are trolling." This is a very interesting message that some think seemingly stems from the same message as George Orwell's book 1984. It's a commentary on the fact that if you feel angry towards anyone in politics, then know that this anger comes from influence in some way and you have been influenced. You will never actually know the truth, only what you're told. This is a darker government secret that people believe that Musk is trying to expose, that perhaps it is wise to not feel any sort of emotion and stay neutral to the stories that you are being told. And if you begin to lean any one way, question your anger, and in the case of this tweet, question your trolling and where it came from. In our number 5 spot, we have no aliens. In the Full Send podcast interview, Elon recently said, "If the universe is really 13.8 billion years old, shouldn't there be aliens everywhere? If not, why not?" Carl Sagan said there's either a lot of aliens or no aliens, and either one is equally terrifying. If there are no aliens, then what we have here is very rare. Some people believe that perhaps he was revealing here that human beings are unique, and perhaps the government doesn't want us to realize this, as then we would see life as way way more of a precious thing. Perhaps if the world did think that humans were unique, then we would see our life as precious and, eat well, take care of ourselves, and try to be happy, and that certainly wouldn't be good for any business that benefits from people getting sick and hating life and the world. In our number 4 spot, we have Area 51. On the Full Send podcast, Elon revealed that Area 51 is not as what people believe it to be. He definitely hinted at the goings-on within the secret place, but he made it seem less supernatural and dark as the internet has made it seem. But then of course some people online think that he would say that because perhaps he's in cahoots with them, and they want to get the world off their trail, and so they have had him speak about it as if it's nothing special. He did reveal that the government and the people of Area 51 have invented weapons that the public haven't heard of and thought of yet. So perhaps, depending on how you interpret that, these weapons could be intended for some dark use, but I mean, the very purpose of a weapon is not positive, so of course. In our number 3 spot, we have government hypocrisy. Recently, you may have heard about the fact that the USA still has many people in jail that were put in there because of heed, minus the H and throw a W in front. Are you with me? Heed. Don't want this video to get dinged. Anyways, there is a lot of people still in jail for this drug, and a lot of people find it crazy that this could be the case, as throughout the country it has now been legalized. But recently the US government traded a Russian war criminal with Russia to free the women's basketball player who was imprisoned there for this very substance. It feels a little hypocritical, I don't know. On Twitter, Elon said this: maybe free some people in jail for heed here too. And then posted this meme of a man not looking too pleased with his hands on his hips, and the meme said, people in the US in jail for heed, while the government trades a Russian war criminal to free a women's basketball player in jail for heed. Is Elon pointing out the hypocrisy in this action and hinting at a weird dark secret agenda that the government might be hiding? Possibly. In our number 2 spot, we have the NPCs. Again, in the Full Send interview with the Nelk Boys, Elon speaks about how everyone in the corporate world are like NPCs. He said, quote, "Are you even real? How do we know that you're not an NPC?" This had the internet in a frenzy as they contemplated, is Elon pointing out the fact that people in the corporate and political world are possibly NPCs? Is this his subtle way of telling everyone? I mean, he has been trying to get viewers to see that a large part of Twitter is just bots, so there's that. Is this a stretch? Could we be living amongst NPCs? In our number 1 spot, we have the Epstein List. Jeffrey Epstein is a former business financier who died in prison by supposedly taking his own life in 2019 while awaiting trial on federal trafficking charges. Jeffrey was known as somewhat of a celeb amongst the Hollywood elite, and he is seen in many pictures with many celebs over many decades. Since his arrest, the public have wondered who out of his Hollywood friends were involved in this scandal, as he obviously didn't do it alone. From Bill Clinton to Prince Andrew, there have been many names that have flown on Jeffrey's private jet to his island where everything was said to have taken place. After the most recent trial with Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey's accomplice, who was also convicted, an apparent list of celebrities that were involved was given to the court but not released to the public. Elon took to Twitter to comment on this. He uploaded a picture of a meme that said, "Things I'll never see in my life," with photos of a dragon, dinosaurs, and a unicorn, and the words, "the Epstein/Maxwell client list." He then went on to say, "Only thing more remarkable than the DOJ, the Department of Justice, not leaking the list is that no one in the media cares. Doesn't that seem odd?" He then added, "Sometimes I think my list of enemies is too short." So, insinuating that he will most likely make more enemies after this tweet. Many people believe that he was insinuating that there are people in the government, the Department of Justice, and the media on the list, and that is what Elon is trying to get the public to see. It would certainly make sense as to why the media is not reporting about it. I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Melissa Melotti, your host. You can follow me on Insta and YouTube at Melissa Melotti. I will see you next time. Have a good day, sir.